Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we are going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai.
What if Devon never existed during the events of Cobra Kai? So in this timeline, Devon would never be born, and the events of Cobra Kai would carry on. The events of Season 1, Season 2, and Season 3 would stay the same. And by the time the events of Season 4 would happen, Johnny and Daniel would still team up, Miyagi-Fang and Cobra Kai would still train for the All Valley, and they would still have a rivalry. Kenny would still go to Robbie in this timeline, so Kenny would still join Cobra Kai, and Robbie would still be a mentor to him. Kreese would still get Terry Silver in this timeline, and he would still come back. The Cobra Kais would still get the revenge on Hawk in this timeline, and they would still shave off his mohawk. So Johnny and Daniel would still go their separate ways. The All Valley Committee would still decide on having separate gender divisions, so Johnny would still want to recruit some female students for Eagle Fang. He would still try recruiting Piper, but much like in the original timeline, Piper would join Cobra Kai, so he would eventually decide to give up on recruiting female students. So Johnny would want to focus his time on Miguel, and the events of Season 4 would carry on. And the night of the All Valley, Eagle Fang would still compete, but they wouldn't have any female students. And since Eagle Fang didn't compete in the girls division, they wouldn't make it as far in the leaderboards, so Johnny would put all his pressure on Miguel. Miguel would still make it to the qualifiers. Eli would still fight Miguel, but Miguel would still be injured. So much like in the original timeline, Eli would advance in his match, and he would fight Robbie in the finals. Eli would still defeat Robbie in the finals, and Johnny and Daniel would still team up to coach Sam to beat Tori, but since Terry Silver paid off the referee, Tori would still defeat Sam. So Cobra Kai would still win overall. The season would still end the same way. Eagle Fang and Miyagi-Do would be forced to shut down. Robbie would still go to Johnny in this timeline, and Miguel would still run away. Terry Silver would still betray Kreese. Daniel would still get chosen. Cobra Kai would be expanding, and they would want to get some more students. Johnny and Robbie would still go to Mexico to get Miguel. Daniel and Chosen would still want to take down Terry Silver, and the events of Season 5 would stay the same. Terry Silver would still get Master Kim Dayoon. Terry Silver would still buy Topanga Karate, and they would still be brought in to the Cobra Kai family. Miyagi-Fang would eventually reform, and they would still find out about the Saikai Taikai, so Miyagi-Fang would still want to interfere. And without Devon and Cobra Kai, Master Kim would have no choice but to focus more of her time on Tori. And the night of the fight, Hawk would still fight Kenny, but Kenny would still defeat Hawk using the silver bullet. And Tori would still notice that Cobra Kai cheated, and much like in the original timeline, Tori wouldn't want to compete, so she would still leave. And without Tori or Devon there, Master Kim would have no choice but to choose another female fighter to fight Sam, but Sam would easily defeat her, so both Miyagi-Fang and Cobra Kai would qualify for the Saikai Taikai, and the season would still end the same way. Johnny, Chosen, and Mike would still go to Terry Silver's house to try to fight him, and those events would stay the same. Tori would still reveal that Cobra Kai cheated during the All Valley, and she would want to expose Terry Silver, so she would still want to help Miyagi-Fang break into the Cobra Kai dojo, but Cobra Kai would still ambush them, and they would still fight. Master Kim would still show up, and she would want to fight Tori, but Sam and Tori would team up against her. Hawk and Dimitri would still find the clip to expose Terry Silver, so Dimitri and Hawk would still join the main fight, and Kyler would still trip Hawk, so Anthony would still have the iPad in this timeline. Since Tori and Sam were busy fighting Master Kim Dayoon, Anthony wouldn't have much protection, since the other Miyagi-Fangs were busy fighting the Cobra Kais. So in this timeline, Kyler would take the iPad from Anthony, and he would cancel the upload. So in this timeline, Miyagi-Fang wouldn't expose Terry Silver, and the fight would continue. Daniel, Carmen, Amanda, and Stingray would still show up at the Cobra Kai dojo, and they would see the fight. So Amanda would still call the police, and Daniel would want to stop the fight between the kids. This is when Terry Silver would show up. Terry and Daniel would have a rematch. This is when the police would show up. Some of the Miyagi-Fang students would be charged with breaking and entering, and since Terry Silver wasn't exposed in this timeline, Cobra Kai would remain open. And that is where I'm going to end this What If. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Devon never existed during the events of Cobra Kai? Let me know in the comments below.
YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I'll see you guys next time.